trying to figure out some stuff here. I forgot all about it last time, and I'm like, yo. All right. All right. I'm not sure if it's on yours yet or what. I was just fucking around with some of the banners here. I was checking them out. Should be good to go. Trying to get people on YouTube mostly anyway, you know. Let me check it here. Fuck me.
All right, let me go to live. You posted it. It's actually in the group, bro. Hold on.
I don't know if it'll delete it, but we'll give it a try. We'll see what's up. Yeah. All right.
Let me see. Boom, done. Bang.
Good to go.
I took the privacy off and made it public.
All right, you good?
We can definitely share. Yes, I'm good to go.
All right, let's get it. What is going on? Shit! Hold up.
Damn, his voice just cracked like he was just going through puberty.
Oh, that's because my thing got messed up here. So we'll see. We'll try it again. Hold on. I'm gonna have to return off my laptop here because I don't want to re-record this. Sometimes it'll won't let you record it on the audio. Sometimes I gotta restart it. It hasn't done that to me in a while. So I should have known. Should have expected it today. It's all right. Got my birds cup here, so we're gonna be talking about a whole lot of birds.
Yeah, I might as well put a little Green Bay gear on since I'm here.
Yeah, I hope y'all like this new banner we got right here, baby. Paulie's gonna be getting one too. I don't know, but like fresh. I mean, you can get one if they want, but I'm not selling them yet, so. maybe down the road, but y'all gotta get some shirts first, so check them out.
Absolutely.
All right, let's try it again. All right, we're good to go. Ready, Paulie?
Yep.
Let me put my shit on mute. I don't want to get a phone call here while we're gone.
Yeah, it's happened before. Don't worry.
Yeah, I got some filters and shit.
It's happening.
All right, but here we go. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Stoop Life Podcast. If you guys are watching the video, then you clearly see we got a brand new fresh banner here. So we're gonna be rocking it. We're gonna be rocking it going forward. So we've been doing a lot of stuff here in the Stoop Life, a lot of podcasts. We haven't been posting as much because I keep getting banned on Facebook. So if you guys are listening to this or watching on Facebook, please be sure to check us out on YouTube at Stoop Knockout. We post it in there. And check us out on Twitter at _Stoop Life. Check us out on there. A lot of our videos are on there. And Paulie has the idea. We're going to start a Patreon page soon. So we're probably going to be posting all of our videos on there very soon. So
exclusive. The exclusive videos are going to be on Patreon. Like them bets you be asking for. Them bets you be crying. You guys be crying about. You got, if y'all love us and support us, don't be scared to throw us $1.
Yeah, I mean? Yeah, I see people out there posting stuff, asking for donations and all. And I mean, people give it. We don't just want your money. That's not what it's about, though. We
love y'all. We love y'all, but we making a career out of this too.
Yeah,
we love you guys big time. Trust me.
Yeah, man, this metaverse has been blocking a lot of people. Been blocking us. It's been kind of hindering how we communicate with a lot of our people that listen to our podcast. That want to come on the podcast. All that we can't communicate with people. We had a Super Bowl block and kind of got fucked up because couldn't communicate with anybody because back when we were kids, we had people's numbers, but now we focus on social media and this and that, and couldn't reach out to people. So it messed up the Super Bowl. And we kind of realized that social media is kind of, like we talked about a little bit last episode, it's getting off the rails here. So we're going to try and do that to make it more, we can communicate with you guys. We might start Discord to get a chat, stuff like that. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. Well, that's enough with that. If you guys do want to donate to us, let us know. We'll take your donations and we'll get you a shirt or something in return. But all jokes aside, it is Super Bowl week. I told you guys we were going to hit you guys with a Super Bowl episode coming up, and today is that episode. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking to you about the breakdown of the game, and then we're going to talk about some bets, some crazy prop bets, because we all know, Paul, the Super Bowl got all these crazy bets. It starts from the coin toss, the national anthem. You can bet on what song Rihanna's going to play on halftime show. I know, crazy thing is, they get bet on a whole lot. So we might talk a little bit about them, but I think we're going to make strictly to the game. So before we even get started here, we got to go over the line of the game. The line of the game, then we'll get
pop that line down, bro. Bring out the line and show them how crazy the lines are right now.
Yeah, so, I mean, when the line first came out, it was -1.5 Kansas City. Within about an hour, I don't know if it's because they messed up or what, or someone put a large bet in. The line went to 1.5 Philly. Ever since then, it's been about 1.5 Philly the whole time. So right now, as of this afternoon, on Thursday afternoon at 12, it was -1.5 Philadelphia. Philly was the money line favorite at -122. Kansas City was +1.5 and +104, a slight underdog, not much, probably because it's Patrick Mahomes, so very even teams. The over/under for it was 50.5. Now, Paul, what's your take on that line? Do you think that line's about accurate? Or, we always talk about in UFC. Some should be switched up here. I want to hear your take on that line because I have a take on the line as well. Like, I kind of have a different opinion here.
I don't got a beef with it. It's just the line. Y'all know when it comes to me, I'm more in-game talk than regular, betting. I got no beef with it. It's going to change anyway. Super Bowl has never been great. It never been perfect with their line. It's never been exact. So I'm okay with it. It's when the game starts, that's when the in-game bet starts, and that's when I hit the flow. So
exactly. I mean, I'm gonna point out a fact right from the get-go from everybody here. For those of you that are Kansas City fans, you want to bet against the spread, Kansas City, or you want to bet the Eagles money line, I'm gonna tell you right now why not to do that. Last 7. There's only been in history. Sorry, not last.
Yeah.
In history of whatever Super Bowls there have been, there's only been 7 total underdogs that covered and lost the game. My Cincinnati fans, shout out to you. You did it last year. You were the last one to do it. You guys were getting 4.5 points. You lost by 3. Then we had back in 2008, Arizona was +6.5. They lost by 4. In 2004, Philly, you remember this? We were getting 7. We lost by 3. In 95, Pittsburgh, 13.5 point underdog in the Super Bowl. They lost by 10. They covered, but they lost. In 88, Cincinnati again, +7. They lost by 4. And then in 1975, Dallas was +7. They lost by 4. They were the only occasions in NFL history that a team covered the bet and lost the game. So Kansas City's +1.5. If you think it's going to be a 1-point game, you might as well.
You're crazy.
City.
Crazy.
It very well could be. I mean, it very well could be a 1 game, given the fact if you look at the stats of these teams, they're pretty even. But I mean, based off of history, if you're going to take that 1.5, you might as well just take Kansas City with the line or throw it on. I think all but 3 quarterbacks have won the MVP from the winning team in 20 years. So you're probably better off.
I believe Kurt Warner was the last quarterback.
Yeah, I don't have the
win MVP and win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I wrote that. Yeah, so Patrick Mahomes is +130 to win the Super Bowl, and you can get the Chiefs at +104 money line. I mean, I honestly don't see a route in which the Chiefs win the game and Mahomes doesn't get the MVP. I mean, unless Travis Kelce or one of the crazy receivers somehow has maybe 3 touchdowns or 15 catches or something, which, I mean, it could happen. Obviously, you could have 2 pick sixes or something. But I think if the Chiefs cover that spread, they're going to win the game.
Yeah, I think they cover spread, they won't win.
Yeah. So I want to get your opinion on my thoughts here. So we all know. I think the NFL is kind of rigged. It's scripted
Absolutely.
out. There's been
Absolutely.
a guy out there in Dwight Smith in September of 20. He came out and he said that the games are all predetermined for their snap. Like Super Bowls, they already know who's going to win. They already know how the game's going to end, like the fourth quarter drives and all that stuff. We saw that in the Kansas City-Cincinnati game.
Yeah.
My thing is here, like they could rig the game for both teams.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it both ways. But if someone wants to get my honest opinion, I don't know. They could rig it for either team.
Yeah.
For a multitude of reasons. But Howard, what I want to say is I think they're going to rig it for Mahomes simply because they already got as our guy Steve stated out on our NFL is rigged episode, that there's been every decade football team has won 3 Super Bowls in a decade. They won 1. Philly has a lot of free agents next year. They could win. Jalen Hurts is good. Everybody likes him. He seems like a guy to follow. Seems like a someone the kids could look up to. But I see it being possibly Andy Reid's last Super Bowl, getting 2 Super Bowls for Mahomes, 2 for the Chiefs, and Brady just retired. So why not pass the torch? But, Paul, this is what I wanted to actually say to you. I honestly think if this was like a Week 13 football game, like just a regular season game, I think the Eagles would be favored by about 6.5. I really do. I think they're that much better.
Well, yeah. Yeah, I think so, too. If it was a regular season game, I believe. I'm agreeing with you.
So I want to start to you here. We're gonna break it down by category.
Yeah.
There's a lot of positions that we could talk about that make up a football team. So everyone is talking, obviously, like I just was, Patrick Mahomes. So we got Patrick Mahomes and we got Jalen Hurts. Now, which guy do you think is better, and do you think the other guy is that far off of him?
Patrick Mahomes is better. And it's not. Huh?
I said, don't get mad, Philly fans.
No. And a real Philly fan is also a football fan, and a real football fan knows that Patrick Mahomes is definitely better. And that's not because I'm not an Eagles fan. It's just facts, what he's done in this league so far. And it's not because Jalen Hurts is any more or less. He hasn't done as much as Pat has. Pat has a Super Bowl. He broke records this year without Tyreek Hill. Jalen Hurts, hell of a player, excellent quarterback, should be MVP in my opinion. Should be the MVP. And he missed those 2 games, it's probably going to ruin him. But that's a good thing. That means he's going to go into the Super Bowl and be like, I'm not the MVP, so I'm going to kick the MVP's ass. I think I'm going to give the edge off to Patrick Mahomes, of course. He has everything behind him at this point that he's done. Jalen's getting there. He's not that far off, but he's getting there.
Yeah, I agree with you there completely. I think people are looking at Hurts. He obviously had a great year.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes has been doing this. He's been in the conference championship or Super Bowl every year.
For the last 5, was it 4 straight years?
Yeah, the only reason I'm actually bringing this up is because when the Eagles made it to the Super Bowl on Monday, we went to work, and we had a lot of these guys working, and they're old heads, some of them.
Yeah.
We're just talking, man, Patrick Mahomes ain't that good. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, dude, I get you want the Eagles to win, and, like, we probably obviously have the better overall team. We're going to break it down real quick here. But I'm like, come on, bro. Like, Patrick Mahomes made it this far with the shitty receivers that the Eagles fans want to talk about. Like, he doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore. His number one
Yeah, he doesn't.
Tight end. For him to do what he's doing, it's unbelievable. And I think Jalen Hurts, man, like, hell of a year. Like, 50-50 in Philadelphia, and outside of Philadelphia thought he was going to be a bust or he was going to be gone. Because going into the season, you're talking about, are we going to give him a contract? Now you're like, yo, how much is he going to get?
I know.
Like, what's he going to get? So, I mean, I give that to Hurts. And I feel like Hurts ain't going to drop off because I think he has that work ethic, which I don't think he's too far off of Pat.
No, I don't think so either.
But then again, like, Super Bowl, it's different environment. I get Jalen Hurts was there with Alabama, so I feel like he doesn't really care. Like, I don't think he gets bothered. I really don't. So I think even though we give the edge to Patrick here, I still think we got an A+ in Hurts, which is saying a lot. Now, I want to ask you this. This is very questionably. I want to see who has the better running backs? You got Kansas City, got Pacheco, they got McKinnon, they got Ronald Jones could play, and they just acted Clyde Edwards.
Yeah.
Eagles got Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, and Hurts. But we're not going to count Jalen Hurts as the running back.
No. We need to count Jalen Hurts as a big chunk of that run game because he has 700 yards of that run game.
Yeah. So
and the Eagles. I'll let you know. Let me finish. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna give the edge off the run game, not just running backs. The run game. I'm gonna give it to Philly on this one because Miles Sanders had 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns. He's had Boston Scott sitting there balling out pretty well. I mean, you still have Kenneth Gainwell, who, if you need him to do his thing, he will do his thing. And also, you have to throw in Jalen Hurts. Again, he has 700 of those yards with 10 of those touchdowns. I give that to Philly, but I'm not even gonna say it's a slight. I think it's just better. I love Isaiah Pacheco and I love Jerick McKinnon, who came on at the end of the year, and you're getting Clyde Edwards-Helaire back, but I don't know how much that's gonna affect the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he's more of an every down back. He's more of not every down back, more of like a Christian McCaffrey type back.
Yeah. He might be a decoy.
He might be a decoy, but I give the edge off to Philly. I'm sorry, I just can't. They've been the number one rushing team in the league.
Yeah.
So I can't take that away from them. Not saying that Kansas City's far off because they have a running back room that can do a lot of things, but Philly does too.
Yeah,
and they have more.
Yeah.
So I gotta go with what is more and more effective, and Philly's a little bit more effective because they can't. I don't think Kansas City's gonna beat you by running the ball. Philly will destroy you by running the ball. I think they've run this up the pass in Kansas City. Philly, they're gonna running down your fucking drain until you stop it.
That's true. That is true.
So,
which is true there. I want to bring up a stat from the defense against the running back. So Kansas City against the running backs, the lead running back this year against Kansas City averaged about 18 carries, 79 yards, and 0.42 touchdowns a game. They were ninth in the NFL.
Yes, they're not far off.
Run game. Everybody looks at that defensive line from Philly. They think they're a little better, but underrated on the effectiveness of the D line for Kansas City. Now for Philadelphia, they were 17th. They allowed about 20 rushes per game for 88 yards, 0.74 touchdowns. Now this the part I think is crazy. The Kansas City Chiefs have only allowed 8 rushing touchdowns this year to a running back, 4 receiving, including to the running back. So 12 total. The Philadelphia Eagles have allowed 14 rushing touchdowns and 3 receiving touchdowns to receivers. Now, that number 3, I think, is very going to be in play here because they're very good at covering the running backs out of the backfield. And that's what Kansas City likes to do. So when I was looking up that number, I'm used to these Philly teams that can't cover the guys out of the backfield, can't cover the tight end. They were one of the best teams in the league at doing both those things this year. So I think I have to add in the Philly running game here.
Yeah.
And understand that Kansas City never played a team that has a runner like a Jalen Hurts.
If you want to see Philly's run game, just watch the Green Bay Packers game. It'll show you how they divide all those running backs up. Actually, I mean, you can go back to that last drive against the Colts, and it'll show you everything it needs to be. They design their run so perfect, they know how to run them.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Different teams and different plays. And let's talk about second that quarterback sneak. Like
92%ers. The 92%ers like the Kelsey brothers like to talk about. The 92%ers. So yeah, man, I gotta give the edge off to Philly, and that's just me.
Yeah, I agree with you there. So I think it's 1-1 there, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not really going to talk about the offensive line. I think the Eagles. We all know
Eagles all the way, all the way on that one.
Phenomenal.
But you got five of them are Pro Bowlers.
Yeah, they got 3 starters on the Pro Bowl, 3 All-Pros.
3 All-Pros. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That's
they have 2 though that made it, Wiley and Brown.
Yeah,
so they're not bad. You got to remember the O line for Kansas City.
It protected
it, and they built it for this game.
Yeah.
But, hey, we know Kansas City a lot of times seems like their O-line disappears in Super Bowl games. So, I mean, especially going against our D-line.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll get to that D-line later, though.
Yeah, I will talk about the wide receivers here. So that's a big question mark for Kansas City. They're all questionable.
I agree.
They're all wide receiver course.
I agree.
You got Scantlin's questionable. He might not play. Tony might not play. Hardman's already out.
Hardman's out, yeah.
He's just talking about cheesesteaks. He might not play. And then the Eagles, you got Brown and Smith. So listen to this. So we're going to talk about this a little bit later for all you bettors out there. Kansas City Chiefs, worst in the league at touchdowns allowed to wide receivers. They've allowed 23 total touchdowns to
the corners are suspect. The corners are very suspect.
Cornerbacks are rookies. The Eagles, on the other hand, have allowed 16. They're pretty high too as well. But
yeah.
I said again, like we're going to talk about the next number. So I'm going to include the tight ends into the receivers core here. So I
gotta give that.
So Kansas City has allowed 9 extra touchdowns to the tight end.
Yeah.
We're looking at 32 total touchdowns for receivers.
I'm going for an office job.
For Philadelphia, they've only allowed 3 total touchdowns to tight ends. So we got 19 total touchdowns receiving. Most of them are wide receivers. So Travis Kelce, obviously, he is basically a wide receiver for that room. So we had Kelce into the wide receivers of Kansas City. We had Goddard into the receivers of Philly. Who you taking there? Who would you rather have?
I'm going with Philly. You got Devontae. You got Devontae and AJ right there. Then you throw Goddard's a good pass catching tight end, a very good pass catching tight end.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like he's underlooked on a lot of people.
I feel like I'm missing a wide receiver from Philly. Because the big
Watkins, you got
Watkins is another guy that he's gonna Quez Watkins is gonna blow the top off the defense. He's gonna draw a lot of safety help, which is gonna bring in guys like AJ's and be able to go across the middle, catch the ball, and get free. Yeah. I gotta give as much Patrick Mahomes. That shows you how good he is because he worked with that receiving core.
Yeah,
but I got to give the edge off to Philly. I mean, even with Travis Kelce over there, I mean, Marcus Vazquez-Scantling, I seen him for years in Green Bay. I know what he is, and he is a good receiver, and he showed a little bit this year. Juju's Juju, man. I don't know how much he's going to give in this game against. I'm not gonna say that you guys can't shut him down because I think you guys can shut him down with at least Bradbury.
But at the same time, you never know. He might
he might go off. Juju's not a bum receiver. He is a very good receiver.
When he's healthy.
I know, right? And Kentavious Tony, he's kind of the toy. You know what I mean? He's kind of a toy. Like they like to toss it off to him in the backfield for a handoff. Like he'll come out the backfield and run that flanker. He's one of those like Swiss Army knives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And he's explosive. Don't get it fucked up though. When used right, Kentavious, we saw this year with Kansas City, Tony is explosive and he can make plays.
Yeah, he can. I mean,
so we'll see.
At the same time, I'm like, I don't know. They all might get hurt in the first quarter, hamstrings, this or that. I don't know. But they got Travis Kelce. But the Eagles this year, like I said, they've only allowed 3 touchdowns to the tight ends per game. They only allow 4 receptions and 40 yards per game. That might be a number to look at, even though I think with Travis Kelce on the field, I think if you're looking at bets, I think you throw those numbers away. But for Dallas Goedert, on the other hand, Kansas City allowed 9 touchdowns to tight end. They've allowed
and Dallas can kill that.
Yeah, they've allowed 2.
Dallas can really kill that.
Twice. They allow 5 receptions, 58 yards per game to a tight end. So all my Dallas Goedert fans out there, I'm one of them. He might be a bet to look at there. So we got Philly winning that. The D line, guys, this is crazy. The Eagles set a record 4 sacks in a season. They had 4 guys 10+ sacks in a season. That's how good the D line
nasty.
was.
That's nasty.
How good it was. But to put things in perspective, the number 2 team is on the other side of the ball of them this week in Kansas City, and they had 55. And they got one of the best D tackles in football in Chris Jones. But we already see and by a lot, you don't get by them. So
the one thing about Chris Jones, though, he's having a hell of a postseason. I think that's what people aren't focusing on. Like he had the big numbers in during the regular season. Also, Frank Clark had a great year too. But Jones is having a postseason of his life, but he's about to be tested by the best offensive line in football.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see.
I think if you stop the recipe to do that is to stop Jones, and pretty much like the other guys don't really make that great impact. So like Jones is like a kind of like Donald was. You double team him, and he doesn't make noise. Eagles might not have to double team. That's how good their O line is, and I think that could be if you're able to run the ball on Kansas City, and if you're able to stop Jones and then allow Jalen Hurts to be able to throw.
Yeah,
you got 2 rookie cornerbacks out there. It could be a long day for that defense.
I think so.
I mean, but then again, what if Chris Jones does get in if he gets pressured? I mean, hey, he could. Like you said, he's been having a hell of a postseason. It wouldn't blow by me at all because he's a hell of a player. And he's been getting a lot of question marks on him, like, you're going to show up in the postseason. Like, he hasn't had a sack in the postseason until last game, and he had 2 on, like, the first drives. Killed Burrow.
Well, Hassan has been effective, though.
Hassan is different because they line him up from the line. They line him up from linebacker.
Yeah, he's a very versatile.
Yeah, so, I mean, he kind of – he's the X factor on the defense for Philly. I think for the D line for Philly, let's just say like all Philly fans think they're gonna crush Mahomes. They're gonna get to the line.
Yeah.
So even if they do that, Paul, like the big thing is Patrick Mahomes can get away from pressure.
That's what you don't want to do to Patrick Mahomes. You don't want to rush him. But what is Gannon's defense built off of? Not rushing the passer, just a 4-man rush.
Exactly.
So this is actually kind of the perfect game for the defense.
But this is my thing, though. Every time we've seen Patrick Mahomes get pressured, the cornerbacks tend to turn their head. They turn away. And then what happens? Patrick Mahomes makes some crazy throw. So he's just good at that. He's good at playing street ball. So it's like when you rush
he's backyard ball. He's good.
Yeah, like these guys, he's that good at it. So like, even though I give the edge here to Philly with the D-line, linebackers, the D-backs are going to have to play the game of their lives. Even though these wide receivers aren't pro bowlers or all-pro players, don't turn their backs on Patrick Mahomes because he'll eat you alive. You know, that's just what happens sometimes. What do you think about the D-backs here? You got 2 guys, rookies for Kansas City. They've been playing pretty good so far this offseason. They did good against Higgins and Chase.
Which was very impressive. They snatched 2 interceptions from Joe Burrow. So I mean, they were pretty good that game, yeah. Which is good because I had a lot of high praise for Joe Burrow. So it made them look better and me not. So
no, I agree with you there. I think they're underrated. They got I think on their roster they have 5 rookies this year that are starters, which is crazy. You don't really see that a lot, especially to a team that got to the Super Bowl, which is phenomenal. I mean, I think Philly has a lot to prove their D-backs. You got Brad Brown on a contract year. You got Gardner Johnson on a contract year.
Yeah,
they're going to have a good game to get paid.
I think with the Philly D-backs, man, it's like Bradbury's all business as it is. We've seen Darius Slay get cooked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't turn your if he turns his back,
Darius Slay is he's a live and die corner. He's gonna get burned, but he's gonna get you back some way. He's a dog. I do like Darius Slay as much as I talk shit about him when people bring up Jair because I think he's not better than Jair.
Nah, I got Jair.
That Darius is a dog. Don't get it fucked up. Darius is a dog. So he's gonna get burnt. Not think about it, but he'll probably end up getting an interception this game.
Yeah, I agree there. I agree.
Now Gardner Johnson's I don't know how he's gonna do. So
I mean, listen, he had a hell of a year, and they got hurt, and then he came back, and he's kind of been, he hasn't been fully playing. He's been fully playing yet, which. The guy they put in for him, the white dude. Well, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Blankenship. He's playing. Yeah, I like that little motherfucker. He intercepted Aaron out of the blue.
Yeah, dude. I mean, coming in and he's there. He's there. He's good. But I don't ever underestimate these D-backs from Kansas City. like I said, Snead, Gay, all them guys, they've been playing awesome in the playoffs. You know, they were able to shut down mostly in Cincinnati, mostly in Jacksonville. 2 good games. Even when they played Buffalo, Buffalo didn't really kill them and torch them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like I said, Eagles are a whole different offense, so it could be different. So we'll see. We'll see. Same thing goes for their defensive backs. When Jalen Hurts is in the pocket, don't just think he's going to run. Don't turn your back on and watch him because he might not run. He might fake the run and then boom, over the head to one of the wide receivers. So that's something they have to watch for as well. So that could be that. So yeah. we got D-backs going to. We got them going to Philly.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them to Philly.
All right, we got to talk about coaching. So we got Andy Reid.
Oh, come on, man. Come on.
The guy that he fired. He fired Sirianni.
I'm so tired of hearing that. So he fired him.
I don't think it matters.
He was bringing in his own guys. You think Sirianni knew he was gonna be out of there?
Sirianni said he still takes beef with it. I mean,
Sirianni takes beef with everybody. Sirianni still has beef with kids at the combine who didn't play rock paper scissors with him. Come on.
Sirianni is about to get in a fight with one of the announcers because he brought his kids to it. And
he was right. Sirianni's 100% right. First of all, I want to know who the fuck was questioning him about that. Would you let your players date your daughter? He said, my daughter's 5 years old.
Yeah,
I would have beaten the fuck up.
Yeah, then he had his kids up, and it's like, dude, that reporter should lose his job. But anyway, I want to bring up Andy Reid. So obviously, big story here. We got Andy Reid coaching his former team. Couldn't have written it better, obviously. But Andy Reid against the Philadelphia Eagles. He's 3-0 outright, and he's 3-0 against the spread.
Yeah, streaks made me broken.
He won by 10 at Philly. In 2017, he won by 7 at Kansas City. And in 2021, he beat Philly by 12 in Philly. So he's 3-0 against the Eagles. I don't really think that has an effect on the Super Bowl game. Like this ain't a regular season game, Super Bowl game. So I want to bring in Andy Reid's record after a bye, which is absolutely crazy. So after a bye in his career, including playoffs, he's 29-6 outright. Against the spread, he's 21-13-1. Now the big number here is the over-under. He has hit the under 27-7-1. So, I mean, for some reason, Andy Reid defenses show up after a bye week. I don't know why.
They do, man. It's in his blood. He gets some guys ready.
Yeah, I mean, like he's not really known to be, that defensive-minded coach, but when you give him 2 weeks, he's able to pick apart what the other quarterback is going to do. And I think that's a big factor in this game that people are underlooking. Like, shout out to my uncle who hates Andy Reid. It's going to be the only good thing I get out of this. If the Eagles lose for us, I get to bash him and tell him how good Andy Reid is still. So, I mean, I'm giving that. But, I mean, that's some crazy numbers right there. But then again, like, it's the Super Bowl. I don't think they really go into effect. I don't know if you do. I'm not really looking at them.
I'm not looking at it.
It's Super Bowl. Like, I don't like – but I'm saying, like, phenomenal coach. And then we got Sirianni. He's the second straight Eagles coach to make it to the Super Bowl in the second year, a la Doug Peterson.
Yeah, Dougie. Yeah.
And they won. Philly's back. So as for the game, like what do you think is going to be like the biggest factor for Kansas City to stop that Philly offense?
You got to stop Jalen Hurts. You got to stop the run game first. That's first and foremost. We know once Philly gets started, they're gonna kill you. But you really have to force Jalen Hurts to make plays that he doesn't want to play, meaning him running with the ball and basically making him play backyard ball, as funny as that sounds, because Jalen Hurts is he's an excellent passer as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. I'm going to keep real with you. It's kind of hard because that offense can kill you in every single way. So if you take away the run, they're going to lean heavy on Jalen to throw the ball. I would rather them do that. I would rather them pressure Jalen to make the passes through the air because he's not throwing the ball 30 times a game. Make him make those plays. Make him make those mistakes. That's what I would bet on. But I got a feeling since the Chiefs are so suspect against the run, I don't think it's going to happen.
So Kansas City, like I said, they're number 9 against the run.
Yeah.
On averages. averages. But against throwing, this is like crazy because we're talking about the game plans. How do you stop Philly? You stop them on the run, right? All right, they're number 9, but they're number 29 against the pass. Average quarterback is 65% completion rate, 245 yards, 1.84 touchdown, 0.74 interception ratio. Now on the other end, Kansas City. How do you stop Kansas City? Do you make it a one-dimensional game? Do you think it's more crucial for them to contain Patrick Mahomes, or is it more crucial for them to stop the run game and let Kelsey kind of eat, or stop Kelsey? Like, would you say, hey, let Kelsey get his, or like not?
No, you can't fully let Kelsey get his because Kelsey can score 3 touchdowns in one game.
Exactly, I agree.
You can't let you have to make it a little bit harder for him.
Yeah, there's so many Eagle fans that are out there. They're like, oh, well, Kelsey, just let him get his. And I'm like, dude, I get he's a tight end, but like Travis Kelsey can get 15 catches, 200 yards, and 4 touchdowns. You don't let Travis Kelsey eat. You don't. Like if you stop Travis Kelsey and you limit the outside runs, and even short passes, it's on lockdown. I get that's hard to do.
Yeah.
But that's got to be one of the main factors there because, like, you're really not going to stop Patrick Mahomes from doing what he's going to do. But you're saying about Jalen Hurts, you want to make him make bad throws. Patrick Mahomes had a tendency. Remember last year, he was terrible at making bad. He made a lot of bad throws last year. And if he's getting pressured a lot, you might be able to make him make a lot of bad throws. So, I mean, if you can kind of make that happen, it could be a long day for Kansas City.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, so let's talk here. So let's talk some prop bets real quick.
Oh, I love these.
So we got some anytime touchdowns.
Shoot them.
For Kansas City, who you like the best? You can pick any guy on there. Let's say you got to pick 2 or 3.
Travis Kelsey, Isaiah Pacheco, and I'm gonna say I don't know why I'm leaning towards him, but I'll probably say I'm not gonna say Juju. I'll say Juju because he's a little bit more reliable than Tony.
All right, so we're almost. I have the same ones. I obviously Travis Kelsey, like he's going to probably score. Like he just
what
McKinnon. All right, so I had 2. So I have for me, I had Kelsey. Kelsey's minus 120. Pacheco is plus 135. McKinnon, I picked McKinnon. Simply because I feel like one of the running backs might score. I'll take McKinnon because he has slightly better odds at plus 175. MVS is plus 250. And then I also think Juju might score.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to have a strategy game and he's just going to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Get targeted. It's either you got to pick one of the wide receivers.
Yeah.
And it's like, all
it's
right,
Juju. It's Juju.
Yeah, so Juju's at plus 320. Tony's at plus 370. Yeah. And you can get Patrick Mahomes at plus 490.
Where's McKinnon at? Because McKinnon does catch touchdowns too. He's not
number 3. He was
number 3. I should have actually said him. I like McKinnon because he's a third down bad guy. But Pacheco, he could do it too.
Yeah, I feel like Kelsey's going to get one, and one of the running backs will probably get one.
Yeah, I probably go Kelsey, Pacheco, McKinnon, and Juju.
Yeah, I agree there. I don't think Valdez is going to get a touchdown. I can see him maybe getting like a couple like long catches.
I know.
I can't see him getting a touchdown. Not really.
Listen, he had a hell of a game last game, though.
That's why I don't think he's going to have another one. That's why
he had a hell of a game last game. So
yeah, I know.
It was 6 receptions for 150 or some shit like that. All long ball. That's what MVS does. I know. I've seen him for years as a Packer fan. That's what he does. He breaks the top off your defense. He's what Christian Watson is now.
Yeah. So I actually had a bet. So in the Super Bowl, you can make all these like crazy bets. You can actually parlay a lot of them. So I actually have Valdez-Scantling right here. His longest catch is over under 19.5 yards. I think that's a lock to be over. I feel like he's going to have at least a 20-yard catch. Like, does he ever not? Like, when's the last time he didn't have a 20-yard catch? So I like taking the over at minus 122 of Valdez-Scantling to get over 19.5 yards for a reception. I mean, what do you think? You think he's going to get at least one reception for 20 plus? I think he will.
Yeah, I can say that.
Yeah, just because, like you said, like he takes top off defense. That's what he does.
I don't know though, because when Philly for some odd reason, Philly does take receivers out the game sometimes.
So they
It
take
won't
him
be
out of
him.
the game
It won't
because
be
they pressure
him.
him a lot, and the quarterback throws it away. Well,
Yeah.
I think Patrick Mahomes could just get pressured and then just go, fuck it, and throw that shit like 50 yards. Boom, he catches him. Like,
Yep.
he's going to get probably one, maybe even
He's
two.
gonna
of
get
those.
one. He's gonna get one.
One of them's probably going to be the Scantlin. One of them's probably going to be the Scantlin. He's going to be like, my guy's out there. I don't know. I feel like minus 122 over. I like that. We're going to stick with Kansas City here. Kelsey. How many catches do you think Travis Kelce will get in this
I'm
game?
going for 5. Something tells me 5.
5. Okay.
5, yes.
So his over-under is 7.5.
Nah, I don't think that.
going
I don't think that. I think it's 5 because at a certain point you're gonna have to not look at Travis. So if you get him in under Travis and let him have a couple, we'll see it. But I think it's 5. I think it's gonna be 5. Honestly, he might have like 98 yards.
So I was torn in because I could see him getting 5 catches and 50 yards and a touchdown, or 5 catches, 50 yards and 3 touchdowns. Or I could also see him getting 9 catches for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. So
Yeah,
it's like I don't think he's going to get 7 or 8. I don't think it's going to be within a half a point on either of those.
yeah.
Just betting on basically, like you were just saying, I feel like the Eagles are going to have a game plan, which is going to surprise the Chiefs. I don't think a lot of people think the Eagles are going to try and shut him down. I think they're going to say, oh, well, they're just going to shut everyone else down. But like we just said, like, you shut Travis Kelce down, this guy's going to be throwing the ball up. So I think I agree. I think he's going to go under. I think he's going to get 5 catches as well, but I think it's going to be 2 touchdowns. I think he might get 2 touchdowns.
He can easily have 3 touchdowns in the game, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, let's be real.
Like Al Bundy type shit.
Yeah. I also had written here, I had 996 and a touchdown. So I don't really know which one I want. If you go over 7.5 receptions, it's plus 108. If you go under, it's minus 115. So I'm like, all right, Vegas wants you to bet the under. Because plus 108 on over, I don't like the odds on that. Like, what's the point? You're betting $1 and $1.08. I mean, I'm an Eagle fan, so I'm going to go under, even though, I mean, like, I want to see offense, so I'd go the over. I want to see him get 9+ catches if I'm a Chiefs fan. Like, he gets 9+ catches, the game plan's working for Kansas City. So we'll give him that. But it's over under yards. His over under for yards is 79.5. So they're expecting him to get 7 receptions and 80 yards. I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. I like the under here. I like him. I actually like him betting him to get 90+ at plus 140. I like the odds for that. Based off the over under for it, like, you gotta look at value when you're trying to make these sports bets. So if you bet 80+ it's a half, it's only plus 110. You're getting better money, but 79.5 over it. So you're betting 79.5 over, it's minus 110. So that's telling me like that jump is like, all right, I like those odds. So I like them on that side of the ball.
Yeah, me too.
Now let's stick to the Eagles, and then we're going to get back to some odds here. So Philly touchdowns. Who you like for Philly to score?
Well, of course, I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. I'm going to go Jalen Hurts. He's kind of a sure thing in my opinion.
It's like a must bet.
I'm going to go A.J. Brown because he hasn't had that game quite yet in the postseason, and I know he's itching for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go A.J. Brown, and I'm going to go Miles. And you know what? I want to say Devontae, but he's the type of guy who doesn't need a touchdown. He just kind of needs to open up the field. I'm gonna go Devontae just because I think he's gonna get one.
All right, so if you're betting the Philadelphia line, good luck because you ain't getting much value on any of these guys. Like, I feel like they know everybody's.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're absolutely killing FanDuel on the touchdown bets here. So Philly, you got Jalen Hurts at plus 100. Phenomenal value considering the fact that he probably scores like every game. Then you got Miles Sanders and A.J. Brown are both at plus 120.
Really? It's not.
They're both 120. You got. I'm little shocked that A.J. Brown's so high. I think it's just because they give up a lot of touchdowns to the wide receivers, but he hasn't had a touchdown in a while. So I'm like, all right, like maybe he should be like 165, 175. But at 165, we got Devontae Smith. 175, we got Goddard. We got a long shot, which isn't even a long shot. We got Gainwell plus 360, and Bart Scott is at plus 500.
Yeah, I think Boston Scott could actually touch the end zone though. It's weird. It's goal line comes, everybody's gonna think Jalen, and boom, it's little ass Boston.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people were betting Gainwell. That's why his odds went down so low. I mean,
hey, Gainwell can shoot.
I mean, hey, whatever. So we're gonna talk about AJ Brown right now. Some prop bets on AJ Brown. So how many receiving yards do you think he'll get?
I'm saying I'm gonna go 89.
Okay. I like it. So his over-under is 72.5.
Okay. I'm giving him a little bit more.
I think he's going to go over this game. I think he's going to get a little bit there at minus 110. So I like the over on that. How many catches do you think he'll get?
I think he's going to get six or seven.
6 or 7? All right. Yeah. So over-under for him is 5.5.
See, it's flip the Travis Kelce. Like, it's like I flipped those two.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. See, I think I'm more reluctant to say Travis Scott's going to have a big game. But for A.J. Brown, you just talk about Devontae Smith. He doesn't need the touchdown. He gets the catches. I feel like he's going to go under A.J. Brown. I think he's going to go over his yards, under his catches. I got him at 5 catches, and I got him at 120 yards. And
Damn.
So
big play. Big play, A.J.
That's what leads me to my next one. Longest reception, 26.5 yards. I think he's going to get – I wish they had a prop bet because I've been saying this all week. I'm like, A.J. Brown is going to have a 50-plus yard touchdown catch. Mark my words. He should have had one last week. He just missed it. He's going to get one this week. So I think he's going to go over on his yards, under on his receptions. I think he's going to be – he's been playing a kind of a decoy role for the Eagles in the playoffs, which has been working, but he's been getting those, like, sneaky inside routes, and then he goes deep on a couple of them. Yeah. So I think he's going to do that again. I could easily see him getting 10 catches this game too. I mean, why not? He's going to bully ball the D-back.
Them young boys are in for a long day with A.J. Brown.
So, like, he's one of the prop bets I like here is Brown. The other guy I want to talk about is Dallas Goedert. His over-under is 49.5. What do you think for him?
Really? I think he's gonna go under. I think we're gonna see Dallas Goedert when we need to see Dallas Goedert. Like it's a 3rd and 10, or a 3rd and 12 or something, and they're backed up, and boom, your reliable tight end sitting right there, just kind of like how George Kittle does it. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see.
I can see that. You gotta remember, 50 yards for a tight end, unless you're named Travis Kelce. That's a lot of yards.
It's a lot of yards.
Especially a team that uses him as a running back a lot. Not running back, run blocker a lot. Yeah. But his receptions over under 4.5. What do you think on that?
His receptions are what, 4.5?
Yeah, 4.5.
I'm cool with that. I'll probably go under. I think he'll probably have like 3.
Yeah, so my thing on him is I agree with you. I feel like he's going to be in the run game a lot as well.
Yes.
But I feel like he's going to go over on them receptions. He's going to get 5. I'm not saying they're going to be 20-yard catches or 30-yard. He's going to get a lot of dump-off protection. He might get like one of them, like tight end, like, well, what do they call them when they do like the flat route when they're going to
the flank.
He's going to get a lot of them. He's going to get a lot of them because they're going to try and decoy that into the sweep run that they do.
Yeah.
I can see him having that. Now, as for over 49.5 yards, the over is minus 110. So it tells me, like, odds tell you, why would you bet the over? You can bet 60 plus at plus 138. But I feel like it's a tough bet for a tight end. So I have under as well. I think he's going to get probably right around it. Probably going to get like 6 catches, 48 yards, maybe touchdown in there, just like Kittle does, like you were just saying. Now, here's my bet of the day. Here's my bet of the day. I feel like this is probably the lock of the day. I mean, if he gets a catch. Quez Watkins, we were just talking about him. He's a guy that's going to blow you off, right? He's fast as hell.
Pause.
What do you think on FanDuel his longest reception is, the over-under for him?
See, they're probably disrespecting him, so it's probably
very disrespectful.
Maybe 20. It's probably like 15.
Cut that in half, bro. 8.5.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So I was looking through these, and I saw Quez Watkins 8.5. Over is minus 114. And I'm like, all right. Some people just like to bet, minus 114 single bet. I'm like, wait a second. If that guy catches the ball, it's going to be a 20-yard reception. He doesn't catch anything less. He's not in the game for that. Oh, like 8.5. Like, am I reading that wrong? That's supposed to be 18.5? Like, wait a second. Because he might get one reception, 2 receptions maybe. But, like, remember the only times we ever seen him catch the ball this year, they were like 40-yard bombs.
Yeah, he was breaking the top off the defense.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, Quez Watkins at 8.5, like, give me that all day. Give me that all day. Here's another one I like. Here's another prop bet I like. Jalen Hurts, first rushing attempt, over or under 4.5 yards. Now, what do you think his first rushing attempt is going to be, over or under 4.5 yards?
Over. He's probably going to bang a nice little 12-yard run out of nowhere.
So this is my question for you. If they're on the first drive and they're 4th and 1 and he hasn't ran yet and he gets how mad would you be?
92% is the quarterback sneak, bro.
I'm just saying, like, what if he doesn't have the quarterback run yet and they do the quarterback sneak and you lose your bet?
That's my bet right there, yeah.
But the over is minus 118, so it tells me that they expect him to. I honestly think he's going to run on the first play. I think it's going to be either a Hail Mary or a run. First 2 plays are going to be one or the other.
That's that defense.
Yeah, so I think I like his over on that as well. But I'm just saying I'd be very mad, and I wouldn't be surprised if his first run is that quarterback sneak. But that's a bet that you might be able to add into some of your parlays. It might lose you real quick, or might be a filler in there that could boost the odds up. We're talking about running backs here. Miles Sanders. We're going to stick with the Eagles for one more. Miles Sanders, over under 61.5 yards. What do you think?
Now, this is a tough one. I think he does get in the end zone, but I think he's going to get under because I think it's going to be a team effort rushing. Like, we'll get 50 from Miles. We'll get 40 from Gainwell. We'll get 60 from Hurts. It's going to be a team effort, I think.
Okay, I can see that happening. But as I said earlier, Kansas City gives up about 80 yards a game to the lead rusher. We've seen a heavy dose of Miles Sanders the last couple games. I actually have Miles Sanders at 80 plus, which is plus 188. I think he's going to have a big game. I also like most rushing yards in the game. He's at plus 110. I like him for that as well. I think a lot of people are like emphasizing Gainwell and Scott a lot, and I feel like I don't really think you really need to use them. I mean, I think Hurts and Sanders should be able to do enough where like maybe a third down here and there. But I think
I agree.
Like the one thing I want to watch from Miles Sanders last game, he did not get a good run up the middle until like the later in the game. All of his runs he was trying to get were on the outside. So I'm curious to see how they were able to generate it up the middle and he gets those holes up the middle. And if he does, if he actually hits some of them holes he missed, late game for him. Pacheco. So this is a tough one too. I think this might be one of the toughest bets here. That's why I have it on there. Now Pacheco, 46.5 yards over or under, and 10.5 attempts over or under. Now, what do you think on that? Going to be a dose of Pacheco here?
Well, you've been relying on him throughout the playoffs. He's been hitting the big runs. What's the over under on it again?
So we got over under for yards is 46.5.
Oh, I'm taking over on it.
Yeah, I feel like
I think he's going to at least 50. Pacheco, he's been explosive this whole postseason, dude. He's been Mr. Reliable, more than McKinnon.
Yeah, he's been a beast, bro. And as we know, earlier in the year, the Eagles had a very tough time stopping the run. Eagles are very well known to giving up like a 40-yard run. I feel like if any of the running backs for Kansas City are going to break a big run, it's going to be Pacheco. I'm hoping he doesn't break a big run, but I could see him breaking a big run. I like him over at minus 110. I like him at 60 plus at plus 175 just because I think he's going to have at least one run of 25 plus yards there. Now, as for his attempts, Paul, 10.5 attempts over under. What do you think there?
Damn. Because it's the Super Bowl. I think they're going to rely major on Pat. You could take the under on the attempts. I think it's about 8.
All right. I mean, that's not a big deal. I mean, the Eagles typically allow 16 rushing attempts to the lead back, but they got 4 or 5 backs in the
Yeah,
backfield.
that's what I'm going to say. They have a room too.
If you bet the over, it's minus 136. If you bet the under 10.5 attempts, you're getting 155. So I mean, I like the odds there. You're getting plus 155 on the under of a team that has a versatile like running attack. They have a lot of backs. So I like that as well. Here's another one I like. Chris Jones, over or under 3.5 total tackles.
Oh, he's gonna get over. He's gonna get over.
Like, is there any way he doesn't get over? Like, I feel like
unless he's literally put on another sideline every play from Lane. But he's gonna get. He's very good in the run game actually.
Yeah, so I'm not saying he's going to get a sack. I don't know if he will. He's good. He could get a sack. Just our O-line. Philly's O-line's that good. But over for him to get over 3.5 tackles, for him to get 4 tackles, it's plus 112. I feel like that's a little bit disrespectful to a guy who's been playing lights out. Plus 112 to go under on tackles.
Nah, he's going to get more. He's going to get that.
Yeah, I like that.
He's going to get that easily.
Yeah,
easily. And the way they charge tackles now, you could just be near the ball carrier and just nudge a little bit, and you get credit for the tackle. So exactly. He's gonna get it.
Exactly, I agree there. The next one I have here is who's gonna get the first sack of the game? Who do you think gets the first sack? Who got
Haason Reddick?
Yeah, so Haason Reddick to get the first sack of the game. So for him to get the first sack for Philly, he's plus 340. For him to get the first sack of the game, he's plus 700. Man,
who they got? Who they think is going to get the first sack of the game?
They have Chris Jones at plus 450.
Oh boy!
First sack. And I'm like, man, like
they hate Philly. Right there.
I got to tell you, I like that bet, bro. I put that here because it was like one of the bets I liked. I'm like,
yeah, I like that bet.
I'm not saying that the Chiefs don't have the ability to get to the quarterback because they do, obviously, but I'm like, their best rusher is going against like a guy that ain't allowed no damn fucking sacks. So I'm like, I mean, Haason Reddick's on fire. He's playing in Arizona, the place that traded him. He gonna make a stand, bro. Like, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna. It's tough to sack Patrick Mahomes. It is.
It is. It's very tough.
They keep talking about his ankle. Like, that shit ain't gonna bother him. But I like that. Here's another one I like for you. So we're talking about both quarterbacks possibly having to throw a ball up, maybe making a throw that they don't want to throw in traffic. So if you were to take the first interception, who would it be?
Sads me to say this because I don't like how he's been looking these last couple of games. I'm gonna have to go Jalen.
No, I meant sorry. What defensive player will get the?
Oh, what defensive player? Sorry. Okay. I mean, Gardner Johnson got a nose for the ball, so he could.
I have him written down here.
He got a nose for the ball, and he's coming back, so he's gonna be hyped. Yeah, he's gonna be ready to go.
You could bet his first interception by C.J. Gardner Johnson. I don't have all the numbers here. First interception by C.J. Gardner Johnson is plus 950.
Yeah.
This is why I like it. For C.J. Gardner Johnson to get an interception, not to be the first one, just get one in the game, is plus 630. So I mean, I love those odds. You know, I like that odds on like crazy bets like that. Like we throw $10 on that for a guy that was tied with the league in picks and he missed half the year.
Yeah,
I like that. Dak's probably going to throw a pick. You know, he's probably going to throw a pick, given though he's like a deep ball. He probably will.
I don't know if y'all know this, but the first 3 quarters of his first two Super Bowls, he was one of the worst quarterbacks in the history of quarterback. Well, of Super Bowl quarterbacks. He was solid. Of course, that fourth quarter against San Fran and the garbage time was kind of. I don't count the garbage time Tampa Bay one, but the first 3 quarters he's not good, and this is the time to like. This is the time to be like, all right, I'm gonna get him.
I agree. So it can happen. We'll see. We'll see a little interception there. I want to ask you another bet here, real quick. So, what are you picking for the coin toss? Heads or tails?
Oh, tails never fails.
All right. So you're picking tails. Let's say you win. Do you know that the last 8 teams that won the coin toss have lost the Super Bowl?
Well, you don't want to win that coin toss then.
The last 8 that won lost. I'm like, yo, I don't want to call it. Like, I don't want it, bro. I
got it. Automatically, you walk up, you say, you got it.
Yo, you lost. Like, nope, we didn't win. You guys won.
It's yours. It's yours, not mine. It's yours.
All of you that like these crazy conspiracy theories and all that type of shit. The last 8 did lose. Maybe they're just pointing that out there because this year they don't lose, they actually win. But for live bettors, for someone out there that don't want to bet, know who they're going to bet, they're kind of 50-50 on each team. Just wait till the coin toss and pick the winner. Whoever wins the coin toss, live bet it. There you go. That's how you pick your winner. Oh, man. All right, I have to ask you another one before we get into the final one here. What song will Rihanna play first at the halftime show? So I have the odds here. Don't worry. I mean,
if you're a real Riri fan, you know she's gonna jump it off with Umbrella.
All right, so I said the same thing. Umbrella is 1, 2, 3, 5th odds at plus 700.
I'll take that.
Odds. Yeah, I like them.
I like those odds.
Last year, you were able to bet on what color shoes Snoop had. So they didn't have any crazy like prop bets like that, but they probably will. Like what dress she's wearing, she's wearing something on her hair, something. But for now, we got the song. So the favorite is there's 3 favorites. You got Diamonds, Don't Stop the Music, and Bitch Better Have My Money. They're all tied for plus 400. This is What You Came For is plus 500, and then Umbrella's plus 700. Don't tell me you don't know Rihanna either. If you're listening to this,
please. She's
acting like stop. Like everybody listen to Rihanna once in a while. I don't know about now, but we all know who she is. I mean, she's rich as hell too. So, what's up, Rihanna?
This is fresh off a baby Rihanna too. So,
oh man. All right, so we got our final thing we're gonna talk about here. MVP. Who you taking for MVP? And then I'm gonna give you the odds.
All right, so I'm a defensive player. So when I say this, it might sound a little biased, but I also seen Von Miller a couple years ago be very effective. And when I remember watching the Denver Broncos, I remember before the week leading up, I leaned over to my buddy and I was like, Von Miller, every single day, Von Miller is going to win the MVP of this game.
Yeah, he was a beast that year.
He's going to win the MVP, and it's going to be final, I'm telling you. Now let's go to 2023. I think Hassan Reddick is going to win MVP.
Okay. All right. So I'm assuming you have the Eagles to win. Don't give it away yet. We're going to talk about it next. So Hassan Reddick is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's at plus 3,400.
Wow.
I didn't write down the actual stats here, but I believe the last defensive player to win was Von Miller and Malcolm Butler, right? For New England.
Yeah.
I don't know what their odds were, but they're probably roughly about the same. So we got the odds for them. Obviously, usually it's quarterback. So we have both quarterbacks are 1 and 1. They're 1A, 1B. They're both plus 130, both of them. And then after that, it takes a leap. We got Travis Kelce plus 1,600. AJ Brown plus 1,800. I think we're about right here for the order. Then we got Miles Sanders plus 2,500. We got Reddick plus 3,400, which is he's the only defensive player on here in like the top 15. Then we got McKinnon. I found this crazy. McKinnon and Pacheco both have the same odds at plus 5,000. So that kind of makes me question like the over-unders on both their yards because if they're the same, I feel like they don't know which running back is going to be used, so they're both the same. Then we got Goddard at plus 6,000. Valdez-Scantling, he's going to be the number 1 odds for the receiver for Kansas City at plus 6,000. Then we got Juju at plus 7,500. Now we got some long shots. Since we had my guy Gardner Johnson getting a pick, plus 15K. Chris Jones, 8,500. There's been a lot of people. This is a crazy stat. So we talk about Gainwell, right? Like Corey Clement basically won the MVP for. I don't remember if did he win MVP the year the Eagles won?
No, he didn't win MVP. Remember, that was a Nick Foles,
right? Like he was
Nick Foles. He could have. Yeah, what, 8 receptions, 128 yards?
Yeah,
he was balling.
Yeah, so a lot of people were betting on Gainwell. So Gainwell opened up. I don't know if you saw this on any of the Instagram or at all. So Gainwell started at 18,000 odds. He's now at 13,000. So some person was watching the Daily Wager where the guy said a long shot bet was Gainwell and he put $100 on it. Someone put a lot of money on Gainwell to win, and he's still at 13,000. Hey, why not? Long shot. Why not?
Long shot.
I don't know if I'd go that long. I think the lowest I would go is probably Goddard, or I don't even know, mate. I guess Juju. I take Juju at 75 because I feel like he has more of a likelihood to be the number one wide receiver for them than Valdez does. I don't know. I'm not giving my pick yet because it'll give my team away. Because obviously I'm taking the quarterback here. So as for final score here. So since we already, if you guys do follow, where did I put it? I don't know the exact score. If you guys do follow stuff on Instagram, someone leaked the script for the game.
Yeah, they leaked it. They leaked it.
Yeah, they had a 37 for Philly, which is not like if you actually look at it, Chiefs start off 10-0. Yeah, I can see that happening. Like I can see it happening. Really, like the Eagles haven't done it this year, but typical Philadelphia teams kind of start slow. Like that's how it has always been for like the history since I've been alive. This team doesn't. I don't know if that's a very high scoring game there. But what do you think the score is going to be? Reminder, over 50.5.
Oh, I got it over.
All right, so what do you have the score?
For some odd reason in my head, I keep seeing 34-20.
Okay.
For some odd reason, I don't know why. In my head, I can't. Like, if I close my eyes right now, the first thing I see is 34-20 Eagles.
I like it. I mean, I can see it. So you got Philly, you got Hassan Reddick. So that means it's gonna have like 3 sacks then, right? You think it's gonna be a lot of pressure?
I think it's gonna be a lot of pressure. I think Hassan might even get fucked. I think what people are missing is Hassan can snatch an interception out of nowhere.
Yeah, he could.
They throw to Travis Kelce. He's gonna throw to Travis Kelce. Who's there in front of Travis to get the interception? Hassan Reddick, the linebacker that's playing under. So I think Hassan, that's why I pick him. He's going to be effective, the most effective player on the field, and that's who I think should get MVP. But I got him going over 15.5 points.
All right, I agree with you. So I brought up a stat earlier where I talked about the under for Andy Reid, 27-7-1.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think Super Bowls are scripted. I don't really know who's going to win, but my heart wants to say Philly. Obviously, I'm a Philly guy. I think Philadelphia is the superior team, but at the end of the day, you got Patrick Mahomes there. Andy Reid might retire. So I actually have 29-24, and I got Kansas City winning the football game. Unfortunately, don't hate me, Philly fans. I got Kansas City winning it, but I could easily see Philly winning by 2 touchdowns, like you said. I just think, Patty, poster boy, he's going to be, something. I think the pressure that Philly's going to get, he's going to have an answer for it. I do. I think they're going to start off early. They're going to go up 2 scores. That's why I said that 10-0 could be legit. I can see them, getting a mistake by Philly early, a long ball, and they're kind of just like taking away Philly because Philly's one game plan. I think they're going to want pressure and run, take the clock. But if they go down early, is Sirianni going to stick with that? He hasn't been bad at it this year, but hey, when you're down like that, you could easily, flip your script there. So unfortunately, I have Kansas City 29-24, but don't take my word on that, guys. So take my prop bets. Don't take my money line or spread bets. Simply because whenever I watch a game and my dog wears our jersey, we are 11-0 this year. And she'll be wearing her jersey this time. So I'm hoping we go 12. I mean, hey, people laugh at that shit. People laugh. But the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, we were in Florida. And it was, I don't remember the exact, I think we were like 9-0 with the jersey on, whatever it was, when me and my dog watched the game together. It was the year Carson Wentz got hurt. So as soon as Carson Wentz got hurt, my cousin wanted to go to a bar and watch the game. And I'm like, yo, like, if we lose, it's on you. Like, it was against the Rams. I'm like, whatever. If we lose, it's on you. Carson Wentz got hurt. Everybody was like, oh, fuck, our season is over. And I was like, I told you, bro. I told you what was going to happen. Like, you jinxed it. Like, superstition right there. Just like we were talking about the captain's thong. Superstition.
You're right.
It happened. So then for the Super Bowl, when we made the Super Bowl, watch the game with the dog every other game. We didn't win every game because actually we did because we lost the Raiders game, and that was a Christmas Day game. Didn't have the dog with me, we lost. So I was like, yo, I told you, like, whenever I watch the game with my dog, the Eagles win. Like, it just happens. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. So Super Bowl comes, and they're like, yo, we're going over here, like, going to come, but you can't bring the dog. And I was like, why can't I bring the dog? Like, what are you talking about?
It's my good luck turn, bro.
Yeah, I said, we're going to watch the dog. And they're like, well, they got their tiles done. So they didn't want the dog on the ground, the tile. And I was like, all right, well, I'm not going. Sorry. Like, I'm not watching the game with you. And they're like, dude, like, they're all Philly people that were in Florida. Yeah. And they're like, you got to watch the game. And I was like, I'm just telling you, if I don't watch the game with the dog, we're going to lose. Like, it's not going to happen. What happened? Watch the game with the dog. I went over to their house. They let me bring the dog. They said, hey, just keep the dog on the back patio with us. So we all sat out there, watched it. It's in Florida. It's nice. Eagles won. What's everybody doing? Everybody's picking the big-ass dog up. Like, oh, my God. I told you. And then we're like, yo, you got to watch the dog because we're going to Philly for the parade. Sorry. So I'm just saying I might be picking Kansas City. But I think Philly should win the game, in my opinion. So
see, I'm thinking of it like this. Yes, it's scripted, but I see a lot of parody here. I see a lot of parody.
At the same time, like, not even going off script, like, not even off that. Like, so when Green Bay, Green Bay's in a big game, it's like you feel like if you pick them all the time, they're So
I know.
I'm just picking this just because I think, like I said earlier, if Kansas City covers the spread, they're going to win the game. And I think it's going to be a close game. So if I think it's going to be a close game, does that make it, Kansas City wins? How do I look at the NFL? We all know it's kind of scripted. But, again, it could be scripted for the Eagles to win too. Jalen Hurts, beating Andy Reid, the Eagles, this and that. Like, why not? It could be scripted that way as well. So I'm strictly staying away from the money line against the spread. I ain't touching that shit. I think, like, if anybody out there is betting that, I think you're a wacko. I think you're dumb. I'm just going to tell you that. I pretty much tell people that on all the games. I think you're stupid. You can get all these crazy prop bets I just brought up that are, like, really, like, that's a lock. That's a win. And keep the winner out of it. Like, just keep the winner out of it. Like, if you're a Philly fan and you bet Philly and you lose because the Eagles lost, you're going to be pissed. But if you bet all spreads and you hit them all and the Eagles lose, you're going to be mad, but you want some money. So I'm just saying, like, I keep the money line, the spread out, unless you can get Philly plus like 6. You want to throw that in. I like that. But I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a good game.
Excellent.
It just sucks that they make that halftime show so long. And
I know. A lot of players actually don't like it. The Kelsey brothers were talking about it today in their podcast. Yeah. They were like, it's usually a 15 minutes for a halftime.
It's just long.
He was like, it's 25 now. Mm-hmm. It's 10-minute differential. Like, it does take off a lot. Like, you got to, like, stay loose. You got to be out there. Like, guys aren't, honestly, if you know any pro football players, like I know a few, they're not out there watching the halftime show. You know what I mean? Like, they're not out there to say, okay, let's go see. Like, I guarantee you, Aaron Donald wasn't out there watching the Snoop West Coast thing.
Oh no,
that year. I can guarantee it.
No,
he was probably in the locker room bugging out because they're losing.
Just McPherson was. He was the only one out there, That's about it. I mean, hey, it is what it is. They got to get their advertisement up.
That's right.
That's kind of what it's about. But I think it's going to be a great game. Got a lot of stories. At least the Kelsey's going to go home a champion. Yeah. We talked about that in the last episode about the Kelsey brothers and all in it. Anything else you kind of want to break down on here? Or we give our bets? We good.
I want to say my parody real quick. Andy Reid's going to finally get the city of Philadelphia ring.
We already got one, bro.
No, he himself is finally going to deliver Philly a Super Bowl ring.
So do you think if he does lose, do you think Philly fans that hated him will like him now?
I don't think there's a lot of Philly fans that hate him now at this point though, because they won a Super Bowl.
I mean, you get the older people.
Yeah, but I mean, they're the same people that didn't like Vic either. They're the same people that didn't like McNabb. I don't think it's going to affect them. And he's very, very loved in the city. So I can't see him like. I think they might actually, if he wins, I don't think they even boo him.
Yeah, I mean, probably not.
I don't think they boom. I mean, Brian Dawkins was on the Pivot podcast this week, and he was like, I was cheering for Andy when he won that Super Bowl. Like, I was there. He was like, I was jumping up and down, I was crying and everything. Like, Andy's not a hateful guy. He's not a hated coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we know how Philly is. You beat us.
Of course.
It's a little different.
Of course.
Me personally, like, I don't want to lose, but if we're gonna lose to anyone, I'm glad we're
gonna lose. It's them. This is like a script. This is a script written. There's a lot going on in this game as it is. Andy versus Philly, Kelsey brothers. Like that, those two off the bat is just like boom. Donna Kelsey, Ed Kelsey, Andy Reid. Like, you got all these, like, I think it's going to be the biggest Super Bowl we're going to have in a long time, and I don't think it's going to disappoint. I would be so mad if it's like a 14-10 Super Bowl like the Patriots and Rams.
Yeah, I agree with you. I seen a stat earlier, which obviously I don't know how true it is. Some people make up numbers, but they said estimated $12 billion are going to be bet on the game.
Really?
Right? Yeah. So this guy did a breakdown. I have it because I just saw it. He had each state, the money line and the spread based on, like, it's like Facebook or like podcasts. You see your analytics for your thing. Sports betting apps have analytics that they send to Vegas, like Insider, MGM, so they could tell, so they could break the numbers down. So the guy had it because the one app had it, and they had the odds. Obviously, Philly was all fucking Philly. PA was betting Eagles. But, like, man, it was a mixture of states, but, like, there's, I think, 27 or 22 or 27, one of those states that allow sports betting. So, like, this Super Bowl, like, the fact that the matchups are happening like they're happening, everybody's going to be tuning in. So I'm curious on Monday to wake up and see how many people actually tuned in for the Super Bowl, because it's going to be a crazy amount of number. Like, everybody's going to watch it. Like,
I agree.
Like, even people that don't know about, like, watch football, have no clue, they watch the Super Bowl. Like, it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. So if Andy Reid does win, you think he retires or you think he stays?
He's staying. Why would he retire? I think he wants more.
I mean, he's 72.
Hey, a couple years left.
I mean, if I'm that old, I don't want to be living in Kansas City. But
is Andy really 72 years old?
I think he's like 72, bro. Let me look it up.
What?
He's old.
Let me see.
All right, he's 64.
Yeah, he got a couple more to go, bro. He got at least 5 years left.
He ain't allowed to retire yet. He ain't 65. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, there's been a report out there before the playoffs started that Andy might retire if he wins, and I was just like, why would you retire? You got Patrick Mahomes, bro.
Yeah, you still have. Listen,
what are you talking about? You're not retiring. He's not retiring.
Unless Pat requests a trade or something. It's a different ball game, but he ain't going nowhere.
Pat gonna request a trade, man.
Trav wants to go.
So today was the NBA trade deadline. Now imagine if Patrick Mahomes requested a trade. skip someone your whole offense for him, or like what the hell would he require to get back?
2 first-round picks at least, and
2. Yeah, you better have the first 5 in the same year. We're talking Chicago Bears or Houston Texans here. Number 4.
Yeah, all right.
I ain't getting them. Like, I mean, whoo. Think about that. I mean, hey, like,
think about this though. Patrick Mahomes wasn't even picked in front of Mitch Trubisky. Like, think about that. Mitch Trubisky was picked ahead of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, like, a lot of people.
And Josh, I believe, was it Josh Allen too? No, it was Mitch Trubisky.
See, that's one thing, like, about Andy Reid. Like, coaching, like, win-loss record, a lot of times for coaching, like, it's subjective. Like, it's I get it. Like, you want to have more wins, more losses. But, like, you talk about development of players. You talk about drafting them and developing them. Like, a guy like Patrick Mahomes, he went that low. They moved up to get him. Like, they
moved up to get him.
No one was looking at him. No one thought he was going to be good. All they thought was, oh, he got a cannon arm, and he's just not very accurate. What happened? He developed him. Helped him tone out his skills. You got a guy like that, which I think that's a very underrated talent of Andy Reid, is developing players. So, I mean, I personally don't think if Andy Reid loses the Super Bowl here, I don't think he gets knocked down anything in my books. But I think if he wins, he's going to get a lot more credit than he does.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I want to see him lose. But like I said, if he wins, I'm going to be a little bit happy for him. He better hopefully buy the City of Philadelphia coffee on Monday, though. Pays Duncan. That'd be a nice note. That'd be good. You never know. He might do something like that. I'll be like, yo, bricking for chicken. Here you guys go. I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm curious to see if he wins. I want to hear what he says.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I want to see what he says. But like I said, hopefully we won't have to hear that. Hopefully we hear Jalen Hurts up there or Hassan Reddick getting MVP. Or I didn't bring it up. Brandon Graham. Might be his last hoorah here in Philly.
You know what? I think if you guys win the bowl, he is gonna go. He's gonna retire. And I think Fletch might actually. Well, I heard he does have a desire to play more. Fletch. I think Brandon Graham does retire though.
Yeah, I think Graham's retiring. I think Fletch is going to be going somewhere else.
Yeah,
we got a lot of players we need to sign back here in Philly. Basically, our whole defense.
Well, you can't sign them all, so you got it. That's the one thing about a Super Bowl team. You can't return everybody back.
They're gonna have to get both cornerbacks. They're gonna have to sign Bradbury.
He's gonna overprice. I'm gonna keep it real with you. James Bradbury is going to overprice himself.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if they win the Super Bowl, he might get convinced here to stay a little bit with some of the guys. I think Garvin Johnson stays here.
I think he does too because he didn't finish the season. He came back.
Kaiser, I think Kaiser's gone.
I think Kaiser's gone.
I don't know though. He had a down year, but he's from Temple. He's from the area. West Virginia. He's from the area, close enough. He might sign back. But Brandon Graham today came out and they said, what have you been thinking about the Super Bowl? And he's like, I've been thinking about getting another strip sack. And I'm like, all right. I'm surprised they don't have any odds on that because obviously he got that strip sack against Brady. I don't know. So I mean, hey, we'll see what happens there. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll be a fun game to watch. A fun game. Good teams. We don't have to listen to. I think we got a good announcing crew. We got Burkhardt on there with Olsen. They're good. Gonna be a good.
I've expressed how much I like Greg Olsen, man. He's the truth.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good, man.
He's the truth, man.
I think he's gonna stay. He's good. I like Burkhardt too. I feel like he does.
Burkhardt's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Did you see the breakdown? They're talking about who's guy that worked with Roma.
I don't know. I forget his name too.
Like selfish, like he don't help him out, and he was talking about how he helped develop Olsen.
Yeah,
like I'm trying to like give him like keywords to help him talk about to know like sometimes when to bring in his like when I played because like Romo does that like every play, but like so far when Olsen does it, it's been pretty good. Like I like it. So hopefully he does good job on the Super Bowl. I don't have to turn him off. But other than that, man, Paulie got Philly. I unfortunately have Kansas City. We got more prop bets. If you guys want to follow and get more bets, I'm going to be posting a couple of them on our Twitter at @the_Stoop Life. So check them out. I might put like 3 or 4 up that I like. So you guys get an eye on some things that I like. If you like them and I like them, let me know because it's a win. I need to bet it. But other than that, thanks you guys for listening. Hope you guys got something out of our podcast to break down here. And Paulie, finish it off, brother.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning into the Stoop Life. Appreciate everything you guys have done for the whole brand. I don't even say the group. I don't even say the page. I say the brand. You guys kick ass. Keep sharing the content. Keep tuning in the content. And keep talking shit. That's what I like about this. So, appreciate y'all, man, a lot. And, hopefully, your everybody hits their, their bets and they get all they can get from these prop bets. So we'll see. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Good luck. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
We'll be talking to you again after the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
So peace out. Enjoy the game. Drive safe. Don't get too drunk. Enjoy the food. Don't run out of food. That's a big no-no.
It'll be a hard Monday for some of y'all.
And we'll be talking to y'all later. Peace out, everybody.
Peace out.